Shit, man. Real deal MMA and boxing here with another one. Dude, you know, the other night I made a quick little video. It didn't really gain any traction about UFC 298. I was kind of drunk and I was tired, and it was right after that crazy-ass knockout that Topuria got. And I thought that Volkanovski was going to get the job done. And boy, was I wrong. I thought it was going to play out. I thought the fight was going to play out the way that it was playing out in the first round and a half. You know, I felt like Volk was starting to figure him out a little bit. He was starting to get the movement down and stuff. And he was jabbing Topuria. He even cut his nose open a little bit. I mean, he was catching him with a little sharp jab. Volk looked good. But, I'm sorry, I'm on lunch at work. I said on a lot of different comments on YouTube that, and a lot of people say this, so I'm not the only one. I'm not trying to sound cool or anything, because I've seen plenty of other YouTubers that are huge and stuff, and other people commenting saying the same thing, that if Topuria gets Volk up against the cage, he's gonna be in trouble. And this is exactly what he did. He's done this against countless people. He pushes you back with, he kind of gets you to start falling back with those feints. He feints, and he does really good at that. And his inside boxing is good, especially he'll throw like a 2-3 piece combination with just overhands, but they're short, sweet, and precise. So it was like I mean, this dude, he gets you to where you're trapped up against the cage. And if you don't make the right move and he connects with one of those shots, man, it's over. I mean, and it was a perfect shot on Volkanovski's chin. Slept him. I like Volkanovski. I think that he's going to fight again. It's just a matter of when. When is he going to come back? And is it going to be a while? If, say, he takes 6 months, 8 months off, is that good? I know that a lot of people are going to say, yeah, he needs to rest a little bit. He's coming off of 2 KOs. You know, one up at lightweight against Islam, and now one at his division where I don't think he's ever lost in the UFC at featherweight. So this was his first loss ever at featherweight, in the UFC at least. And man, it was a bad one. I mean, I'm not speaking things that people don't know, but it was bad. I mean, I feel bad for him, man. He's a great fighter, great champion. I mean, he was on his 5th, he was almost on it. That would have been his 6th title defense in a row, I believe. And he would have been up there with the likes of a few people that have 6 title defenses, you know what I mean? So that would have been something, man, if he would have been able to pull that win off. I really thought he could. You know, he's looked almost invincible in the last few years, you know, beating Max Holloway 3 times, although I thought he kind of lost the second fight. The first one I gave to him, and the third one. So, I mean, he won that trilogy, and then they still gave him the second one. But I thought that he lost the second fight to Max. But a lot of people think Volk won. But now, we just got to wait and see what happens next. I want to see Topuria fight the top guys in that division. You know, I'm sick of all these guys in the UFC that they win a title and then they want to jump right up to the next weight class, or they want to make some super fight, or they maybe do one title defense and then they go and they leave the division. It's like, come on. Like, I want to see you defend your title in the division that you started off in, and I want to see multiple title defenses, like 5, 6 titles. If you can do that, then maybe, yeah. You know, Conor was an exception because he was such a household name. He's, you know, selling so many pay-per-views, and, you know, what he did to Jose Aldo was crazy. It's a little bit of bias because, you know, but he was making doing big things for the company, a lot of selling millions of pay-per-views and stuff like that. So they were willing to do that. Now they're starting to do it for a lot of different people. Certain people that deserved it was like Daniel Cormier or Amanda Nunes, or, you know, a few guys that really, really deserved it to go up and change weight classes and stuff like that, or hold it simultaneously. You know, John Jones. But these people want to just do it right after one fight, and then put the other division on hold while they hold that belt. I don't know. I don't agree with it all the time. And, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. But now we got to wait until... We got to wait a little while now to see Volk back in action. It is what it is. Now we got UFC, the Mexican card. You know, Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. That's going to be an entertaining fight. I think Moreno will win. I mean, it's not a sure thing. I mean, maybe Moreno will slip up and have a bad performance, but I think he's pretty well rounded. Royval's also pretty good, but I mean, that fight that he had against the champion, the Brazilian champion. I mean, all the guy did was lay on him. It was a boring fight. I mean, and especially in the fight with Moreno had with the guy when he lost his belt to him before that was a crazy fight. So I was expecting Royval and him to have a crazy fight, but I'm going dead on this guy's name. The 125 pound Brazilian champion. I don't know, I forgot. I feel stupid right now. But that's going to be a pretty decent card. And then everything's back at the Apex. You know, I'm getting sick of this Apex stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's always Apex. And then the cards are always kind of like just mediocre at best. Like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I want to see, like, good cards all year round. You know, I know you can't have the best, biggest, baddest card every single time. The pay-per-views they've been dropping have been good. Like 297 was There was really only a few fights on there that were, you know, pay-per-view worthy, like Strickland and Drickus and a couple of other ones. That was pretty much it. But this last pay-per-view card was great. 298 was a great card. You had big names, good fights. 299 should be a great card. And now 300's got Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira. So, I mean, I don't know if that's what everybody really, really wanted, but at least it's another big matchup for the, you know, now we got the light heavyweight title. You got the women's strawweight title. You got the BMF title with Gaethje and Max. You got Rakic and Yuri Prohashka. I mean, there's a lot of fights. Bobby Green and Jim Miller. I mean, there's a lot more fights on there. I don't want to X out of this video right now. I think if I go to do something that's going to shut this video off. But anyway, I just wanted to make a quick little video on, like, a little bit more in depth on what my feelings about what happened to Volk. I mean, it's sad to see, but it is what it is. That's the name of the game. And he seems to be taking it just fine. Like, he's going to, he'll be all right. He's going to move on from this, and hopefully he'll come back, you know, stronger. But like I said, I want to see Topuria active. I want to see him, you know, and he seems like he doesn't have a problem doing that. At first, he was like, oh, I want to fight Conor McGregor. But now I think he's, you know, maybe he was just trying to sell himself a little bit. But I want to see him fight, like, you know, if he does have to give a rematch to Volk, maybe it should be, you know, Volk should take a little time off, maybe let somebody else get in the runs there and fight for the title. A couple of guys. I want to see him fight like Max Holloway, you know, like some of those big names, man. Calvin Kattar was up there at one point. I don't really care about Josh Emmett. You got Movsar Evloev coming up. You got that other kid, with the funny looking hair from Brazil, Mexican Brazil. He's pretty badass. He fought Movsar Evloev in his debut, and he did really good. He's in that division, 145. You got a lot of good 145ers. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'll be back on later. Just wanted to make a quick little video while I was on my lunch break. Anyway, if you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe. Do what you got to do. Help me out. I'm trying to get my channel going. And I would appreciate it. Thank you.